the GOP scored a huge win this week, some liberal journalists and commentators struggled with reality and made some pretty surprising and downright shocking comments. Here with some highlights is Republican strategist Lisa Booth. Lisa, thanks for joining us this morning.
Hi, Anna. Thanks for having me.
First up, we're going to show viewers a clip of Andrea Mitchell saying the GOP wanted to frighten voters, and that's why Dems lost so historically. Let's take a look.
It was a scare tactic by the Republican opponents of Democratic incumbents who tried to focus on ISIS and Ebola in the scariest, most non-factual ways to take the eye off.
Where's the debate about
real
ISIS?
Issues.
So do you see that as the case?
No, and it's absolutely ridiculous to see Democrats respond to what happened on Election Day. And look, ISIS and Ebola are real issues, and they're issues that Americans care about. Further, Republicans talked about issues like jobs, economy, and taxes, and all Democrats wanted to talk about was contraception, abortion, and the Koch brothers. You know, maybe if Democrats had spent a little bit more time talking about kitchen table issues, they wouldn't have received the shellacking that they did on Election night.
Okay, next up, we saw during this election cycle ahead of November 4th, Democratic candidates in hotly contested races did not want the president to come campaign for them. Some of them wouldn't even say whether they voted for him. Let's take a look at Cornell Belcher. He says actually that the reason Democrats lost is because the president was locked away and couldn't campaign. Listen.
The problem for the White House has been this. Arguably, the best campaigner our party has was basically locked away in the White House. And in fact, when they were leading attacks against the president was never able to really come out of the White House and defend himself.
And you say?
It's ridiculous. Look, Democrats ran away from President Obama as quickly as they could. And further, President Obama did campaign for Democrats. He campaigned for Democrats in Illinois and Maryland, and the Democrat candidates there lost. So it's simply not the case.
Okay, next up, a big heavy hitter, Tom Brokaw, says that Fox News and also talk radio just hammered the president too hard. Let's listen to this one.
A lot of this also has to do with the fact that he gets hammered 24/7 by Fox News on the right and by talk radio, which is a huge voice in this country. I was in the Midwest the other day listening to talk radio. I don't know who the guy was, but he was saying Obama's voters are people who live in excrement. That was his phrase. And they expect us to lift them out of excrement. I'm not going to lift a hand.
Here's a question for you, Lisa. Most of the mainstream media, journalists, do they identify as conservative or liberal?
No, everyone knows that the media slants to the left. And look, Tom Brokaw knows that better than anyone. He's a self-described liberal.
Yeah. Lisa Booth, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Anna.
Great explanations.